be looking at my phone.
Okay. Oh, wait, that's NRC Talks NFL. So what's our newest update with NRC and NFL? Aaron Rodgers is back.
Let's move on.
Yep. Randall Cobb is back.
Uh,
Donald Driver is back.
what?
He is a very old man.
Antonio Freeman is back.
Why are you
AJ
digging up
Hawk
these
is
fossils?
back.
AJ Hawk, he's having fun talking with Pat McAfee now
Yeah,
these days.
that's the only reason I mentioned him.
Yeah.
John Kuhn is back.
Oh.
No.
Doesn't
He's
he-
got that radio show.
I thought he was doing like the sideline stuff for Packers preseason.
I think he does that too.
Okay.
People
He's
can
got
do
lots
more
of,
than one thing.
Yeah, many sources of revenue.
Yes.
It's like Joe Buck calling baseball games. Even more reason to turn baseball games off.
Yes.
Kidding. I actually think he's not half bad at baseball.
So what you're saying is he should switch to baseball full time and leave us alone.
I don't know. I would prefer Tony Romo over Joe Buck. For sure. Okay.
The real question becomes, what do we do about Devontae Adams? Because he wants to become the highest paid receiver in the NFL, and we don't have money to give him.
Well, that's probably not going to happen.
Yikers.
Okay, we're moving on from NFL
Wow.
just to regular.
Brought up at a very interesting
Regular
topic of
things?
conversation. We just moved on. That's fine.
Yep.
Bye.
I don't think. Well, I don't know if our viewers come for our exclusive NRC Talks
we have
NFL
one viewer
segment.
at the moment, so
Huh.
I know if Sam was here, he'd enjoy it.
So we're talking about a movie with a list that goes missing. Is this Mission Impossible, the original?
Hey.
Hey.
That's a good movie. It's fun.
It is.
The opening title song, whatever. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's from that TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Mission Impossible movie franchise has been one of the more successful movie adaptations of a television show.
I have always thought it would be fun if Tom Cruise made some agreement with the Bond people and they'd have a movie where they meet up.
I don't think
Do
that's going to
things.
happen.
And
No.
then you get Superman doing his arm cocking. What's his name? Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill. He died, didn't he?
What?
Do you not remember that part of the movie?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember a lot of the later ones. I remember
I see.
Hawkeye is in one of them.
4.
Okay.
He's there for that movie, Jeremy Renner, and you're like, oh, hi, Jeremy Renner. Oh, bye, Jeremy Renner,
Yeah.
because he doesn't show up again. Curtis, what was your favorite Mission Impossible movie?
I don't know. They're all interesting.
Mm-hmm.
3 is intriguing.
Yeah,
know
there's
why?
that guy who made a movie that had a MacGuffin in it, and it wasn't terrible.
And we never know what the thing does.
What is
It's
the rabbit's
almost
foot?
like it's a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
It's such a great. It's the very typical J.J. Abrams ask the question and
Never
gets
answer
the blank
the
stare.
Yep.
What is the answer? I
What
don't know.
is the answer? We don't know. We never will know.
It's like what's on page 47. Maybe we'll find out one of these years.
Well, that was prequel or sequel bait. Not prequel bait. That was sequel bait, Curtis. The rabbit's foot was a setup to nothing.
Right.
I always did appreciate that the other agent in the beginning who had the bomb in her head, she died at like 4 seconds instead of like they got to one, like they always do in those movies. I was like, thank you.
Throwing you off?
It's the little things.
Speaking of throwing things off, the James Bond movie starts kind of, you're in the middle of something, not sure what's going on.
Yes, they feed you information over time. The beginning of the very beginning of this chase sequence that opens the movie is like so drawl and boring because Bond and Moneypenny are just kind of like, oh, it's another day at the office. Look at this crazy chase we're going on. Until basically he starts throwing beetles off the train. That's where things... Well, I suppose the bike part is good too, but...
Yeah, I was watching it with the director's commentary. I only got through half of it with the commentary, but he was saying he was trying to kind of throw you off. At first you think it's a running chase, then you think it's a car chase, then it's a bike chase, then it's a train chase.
Right.
He's going for a element of surprise, I guess.
I will say, one of the few problems I have with this movie is during the train chase portion of this chase, because he gets into the loader, the excavator machine, and he turns so that he exposes himself to gunfire. If he turns the other way, he's got the arm in the way to give him some kind of cover. I never understood that, other than to let Bond get shot so that that plot point can be used later in the movie. You'd think a super secret agent would go, that side will make it less likely for me to die.
Maybe it was at the end of its rotation axis. It could only turn the other way. It couldn't, it was like stuck.
I don't think that's how they park those things.
How would we know?
How would we know?
Do you spend time parking excavators and all?
I suppose not. Anyways, that's like my only problem with the movie.
Fair.
It's like, oh, that's for the plot. Got it. Okay. But yes, there's a list on a hard drive, a drive of the hard variety. And that thing survives quite a beating to still have memory recoverable.
Still must have been an
Solid
SSD.
state? Yeah. Okay.
There's no way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that thing gets thrown around.
Discs are like boink a boink a boink inside, like oh.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Yikes.
Right.
So yeah, it's a foot chase, then it's a car chase, then it's a bike chase, then you're on a train. Part of the train gets ripped off. James Bond lands and he's like, oh, time to fix my cufflinks. Like I said, it's very much, and I think it's very intentional that it's like, oh, Bond's in his prime, he's doing things, because that contrasts with him later in the movie, but it adds a bit of staleness, I think, artificially. Like it's supposed to be that way, but I don't know. Until they're fighting on top of the train. Then it's like, oh, look. A chain that came from nowhere.
So what do you think of this opening sequence compared to like Casino Royale, where he's scaling towers and jumping from cranes to cranes?
Stuff.
Black and white stuff.
Yeah.
I like this better.
It's fine.
Like,
how does this compare with GoldenEye?
GoldenEye's flawless movie, so.
Okay. Gotcha.
Absolutely flawless.
Very good, very good. Even the music score, flawless.
Flawless, yeah.
Well,
it inspired the music score for a very good video game. And do you remember that music?
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
I just remember that they make a GoldenEye reference in this movie.
Oh
yeah, they do. We'll get there. It's a long movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think. All right, I have two flaws. The ending drags on a little too long.
Hmm.
You know, can't win them all. It's not Goldeneye.
Right. So we get the classic, oh no, they killed Bond. He's dead.
He's dead.
How are they ever going to make a movie after this point?
Right. The movie's over. Roll credits. Time to go home.
Yep.
So this has been our review of Skyfall. It's a very short movie, but a really cool, energetic chase movie.
Hmm.
The bad guy wins. I approve.
One Adele song later.
One Adele song later. The best Adele song ever made.
Hmm.
Possibly.
A lot of Adele's music, it's just sad,
Okay.
and I don't want to say they sound the same, but in some ways they do sound
They
the same.
sound the same. You heard it here first, folks.
Hmm.
Not saying they're bad, it's just...
Ryan hates them.
You can only sing about heartbreak too many times. I'm talking to you, Taylor Swift.
Uh-oh.
What?
Stop dating losers, Taylor Swift. You won't get your heart broken. Boom. Roasted.
Ooh. Yikes.
I solved her problem.
Maybe she's our one viewer. That'd be fun.
That's a ripperino, my dude. Ripperino, dudes. Anyways.
Yeah, pretty quickly after the fact, oh, good old Bond's alive.
Well, Em was writing the obituary, and she
Oh,
attended the
right.
funeral, and then something
Alright.
else was happening. She met
All
what's
right,
his
then
name,
the explosion
and then the
happened,
explosion,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
we see Bond trying
Right.
to feel alive by
Right.
all accounts.
Yes.
He's drinking beer with a scorpion on his hand. We assume
Right.
a very poisonous scorpion,
Yes.
because he seems afraid of it. His eyes get real wide for that one little bit.
When it's like,
Yep.
like, oh.
And then he's still at the bar in the next morning drinking.
Yep.
And there on the TV screen. Oh look, British building and blown up.
It's kind of cool that they jumped us back to the MI6 building that they introduced in, that was also GoldenEye, I think. That's when they-
Yes. Right.
See, GoldenEye's a great movie.
The basis of all great things.
Yes, perhaps. That and Sean Connery.
Mm.
Indiana Jones, Sean Connery.
Sean Connery should have been in this movie. It's too bad.
It's too bad. His last
Would-
Bond film was The Rock.
Yep.
Yes. Did we review that?
No.
Oh, well, I own it.
Oh,
So
I don't.
it's
People have done an insane amount of research looking at the timeline and seeing how it actually matches up perfectly with The Rock so that it would in fact be a James Bond film. I watched a YouTube video on it. It was like half an hour long.
It was pretty good. Good stuff.
Good.
Unfortunately, this James Bond movie disproves that theory.
The we'll get there. The Daniel Craig movies are weird.
Yeah.
They're odd. Just a tiny bit odd. And by that I mean there's only one good one.
Casino Royale?
Yeah. Curtis, what did you
Actually-
think of Spectre?
Actually, no, Quantum of Solace?
Yes, Quantum of
Oh.
Solace. What did you think of Quantum of Solace, Curtis? The movie immediately before this one.
It's not as good as Spectre.
That's saying something.
I actually thought Quantum was better than Spectre, but okay.
Interesting. We have some conflicting reports here.
I mean the opening sequence of Spectre is pretty cool. It isn't a true one shot, you know,
Fake
15-minute. Yeah, but yeah, they have a couple fake cuts in there, cover cuts.
It'll happen.
It's funny. I saw that movie in the theater with one other random guy from work. We were the only two in there, so it was kind of a strange, usually you go and you see a movie with a bunch of random people. And so I was laughing at the jokes, and I don't think he really was, so it was weird.
Yes, people, before COVID, you went to a movie theater and you sat in a room, air-conditioned, dark, with possibly refreshments and popcorn, and watched a movie on a giant screen.
These are scary times.
These are scary times, yeah. Very scary.
Oh, this is reminding me, speaking of movies, to your right,
Am I right?
there is a DVD case, or it's like a shelf thing or whatever. It can hold DVDs. And so it's for either of you to take. You may have to decide amongst yourselves who needs it more.
Fight to the death?
Okay.
Okay. We'll figure that out. We'll finish that up later.
Yes. Okay. Very good.
We'll do the Andorian thing with the this wire attached and the blades.
We're not going to do the Vulcan with the with the da 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 da.
I mean, we can play that music while we do it. I just think the Andorian way is kind of cooler.
Then we have to
Yeah.
Actually, no. It's there we go.
Yeah.
And then
And
stick it between the eyes and twist.
there we go. That's where I was. That was the setup I was getting to.
Wasn't that Gimli who said that? Oh wait, no.
Oh.
Hey. Andorian. Or what does he say? Not
Tellarites?
Tellarites.
Oh yes.
The Tellarites. They're people. They exist. They're dwarf-like in many aspects.
So
It's not important. So, anyways, in a movie called Skyfall, which we have not spent much time talking about in the Skyfall discussion video. Disturbing. Anyways, James Bond is alive, and he comes back to London and is in M's house, and is like, "Oh, I'm back," and she's like, "Okay, you gotta pass the tests to be cleared for field duty." It's like, okay.
In the audio commentary, the director said that they reshot that whole scene. The scene you see in the movie in M's place is the reshoot, because the first time they shot it, M was, I guess, too happy or whatever that Bond was back, and they wanted M to be more like annoyed.
I think the annoyed plays off it better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of the few moments in the movie, the whole thing is shot like not on a tripod, it's off someone's shoulder, and so when you're watching it, it's kind of like, oh, it's just a little bit of like wiggly.
A little shaky cam.
A little wobble.
Yeah.
So then
no lens flares, though.
No lens flare. Isn't that great? So then we get some exposition as to why they're in this, like, World War II Churchill bunker. We're like, okay. Thank you, Captain Exposition, for that valuable information. Then James Bond does some physical stuff. He's running on a treadmill. He's doing some pull-ups. He's missing shots at a gun range.
Right.
Then he digs a bullet out of his shoulder.
Right. That does happen. Was that before or after the psych test? I think it was after. Anyways.
I think it's after.
You're not sure. something?
Why didn't he get that taken out earlier?
That's a great question. I don't have a good answer for you.
Why did he wait till
Oh,
then?
wait, I do have an answer. It's called plot.
Okay,
Plot.
Plot conveniences.
I guess.
I loved the bit where he stops doing pull-ups and everyone leaves the room and then he just like collapses.
Yeah.
It's like, I've been there.
Well, I guess also in the audio commentary, they said that Daniel Craig did a lot of pull-ups, so
Okay.
he may not have been faking it.
Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that, in fact. Because when he was on the treadmill, I was like, I wonder how long they actually had him running on that treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
So probably a decent amount of time if he was doing all the pull-ups also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's kind of fun to know that your actor was in horrible, terrible pain.
Yes, fun.
Where's the get a load of this guy cam?
Mm,
Is Curtis actually going to go back and edit this? I don't think so.
no.
No.
Okay.
No get a load of this guy cams today.
Darn.
Maybe we got to set that up.
Uh,
Curtis is like, oh god, I gotta set up another camera and get an angle, and I'm just destroying your world, Curtis.
It does sound
Curtis,
too complex.
alternatively, you could just pull the clip of the time you did it and then just play it over.
Alternatively, I will think about it.
Okay. That it seems like a more feasible solution to this whole thing.
So Bond, of course, knows that MI6 can use bullet fragments and reconstruct bullets and all that jazz.
Bullet fragments that were stuck in his body for the months?
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, I think it's a couple months, yeah. So that's cool.
Impressive.
Yeah.
That's like, is that more or less impressive than Batman's bullshit? I can pull a fingerprint off a fragmented bullet in a brick wall from Dark Knight.
That was interesting. They were pushing the boundaries of science.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
just a little bit. You watch that and you're like, huh?
Speaking of boundaries, you guys should watch the movie Nobody with Bob Odenkirk
Why?
because it's great. It's from the guy who wrote the John Wick movies wrote this movie.
Oh, okay. So someone's dog dies and he goes on a murderous rampage.
It not really, but
Darn.
it's there's something kind of similar.
Oh no. Was it a cat?
No,
Two
no,
cats.
No.
3 cats.
A hamster.
There was- No. Bob Odenkirk's character is asleep and he hears intruders in his house.
Okay. This sounds familiar.
Yes, and so he goes downstairs and he sees these people, and his son tackles one, and he just tells his son to let them go, and then they steal some stuff. So it ends up his daughter can't find her kitty cat bracelet, and so he's done. He's very upset that they stole the kitty cat bracelet.
I see.
And so it goes from there and gets crazier and crazier.
This sounds as silly as the plot to Taken 3.
Maybe, but this one has Christopher Lloyd in it shooting shotguns at people.
Okay.
I'm a little bit more intrigued.
Yeah, so am I.
It's a good movie.
Okay. Now we know.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't remember where we were in this James Bond film.
The
Bullets,
M says-
fragments.
Yeah.
You passed
Right.
the test by the skin of your teeth. Ha, ha,
Right.
ha.
Not really.
Not
But
really.
We're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
And he meets Mallory.
Yeah.
Mallory, yes. I wonder if that will be significant.
Voldemort.
Mallory starts with a
Um,
M.A.
Interesting. But first, Bond needs to go visit Q Branch.
Ah, yeah.
the quartermaster, as it were.
quartermaster.
It's too bad they didn't bring back John Cleese. That would have been fun.
Is that
Yeah.
R?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, the Daniel Craig movies are their own thing, Curtis. They don't follow
Yeah, but
the
Judi
continuity.
Dench is in both.
Right, but she it's
She-
weird.
She
It's
crossed
strange.
dimensions.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway.
Anyway. Meets Q, gets his gun, gets his radio. Were you
Talks
expecting
about a
exploding
big
pen?
boat. Right,
Yeah.
yes.
It's like, there's your GoldenEye reference. Nice.
Yep.
Personally, I would have gone with the exploding pen, but, you know, that's me.
Or the watch with a razor. Zzzz,
Yeah.
cut through anything.
Or the laser on that watch.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. The laser that doesn't... the laser beam doesn't really follow.
No,
Doesn't make sense.
it doesn't.
How
It's
it...
almost like it was a pointer laser and
yes.
not held very steady.
No.
No. Oh well,
They tried.
they tried. It's still a flawless movie.
So
Then he's
we...
off to Singapore?
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yes?
He goes to the big city,
That big city
and
in
he's...
Indonesia,
maybe?
I think.
He tracks down the dude.
Tracks down the dude who shot him.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's going to shoot someone else, but first has
Right.
to shoot other people to shoot that someone else
Right.
with
Yeah.
a very, very, very effective suppressor.
Yes.
Right. Probably handmade it himself.
Yeah, yeah. James Bond has to hold on to the bottom of a elevator.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. Tough when you have an injured shoulder.
And when you're out of practice. Maybe if he hadn't done so many of those pull-ups, his muscles wouldn't be so worn out.
Yes.
Right.
That was his problem.
That was his problem. Curtis, he was following Arnold Schwarzenegger's advice, trying to shock the muscles.
Shock the muscles, yes. Yes. Those are funny videos. It's good stuff. So then we get some funky glass reflection, super photography.
Yes.
The cinematographer guy, director of photography or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
is Roger Deakins, who also did Blade Runner 2049.
Okay.
Mm. Good choice.
Yeah. Film.
He's done a lot of other stuff too.
Filmography-wise, that was a good movie. In terms of actually being a sequel to Blade Runner, I'd put it as a mixed bag at best.
Yeah. Definitely looked like it.
Yeah. You found that visual style. But yeah, you've got the crazy glass, and then the dude gets shot through the window, and then him and Bond are fighting. They fight, and 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 they fight.
Then he gets dropped out a window.
Right, because Bond can't hold on, because he's out of it. Then he does the classic disappearing act,
Yes.
when what's-her-name looks at him from across the way, because she was an agent for the big bad villain, luring this guy to a fake art exhibition kind of deal.
I guess.
Sure.
They
There was an
showed him
art
a
piece there.
painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something was going on. Anyways, luring that guy there to then get him shot.
Right, with the super poker chip.
The super poker chip. Well, that was his payment. I don't
Right.
know why they would pay this guy in advance for his work. Or I
That is kinda
suppose it was
strange.
unredeemable until the job was done?
Ah, I bet you are correct.
I suppose that would be... I mean, she was, like, working. She had control to some degree over the casino, so...
Yeah.
I suppose they could just refuse to pay him. Makes sense.
Mm.
But yes, then Bond is off to wherever the casino was. I don't remember.
Floating.
Manau, Macau. That's it. There was an AU at the end. That's all I remembered. And an M at the beginning. So yes, he's there at the casino. And he's
And
like,
Miss Moneypenny shows up.
Yep.
I mean, Eve.
oh, right. I skipped over that part. Not important.
Yes.
Just Bond being Bond.
Yeah, then he floats in, and we get some, I don't know.
Get some banter, you get some exposition, you get some
Fight scene.
insight, and a fight scene, yes.
With Komodo dragons.
Komodo dragons. CGI
Right.
Komodo dragons.
Yeah.
They were so real. What are you talking about?
When he
like-
steps on the one to jump up, you're like, he was stepping on a green box.
It looked like when Roger Moore was jumping across all those alligators in Live and Let Die. It was so real.
So real. Definitely not robot alligators.
No.
No.
No, the director in the audio commentary actually said he didn't enjoy, that was maybe his least favorite part or something, because you're dealing with invisible
Yeah.
CGI things. This is a guy who likes practical effects.
Nice.
Figured Noah would appreciate that.
Oh, of course. It's always better. Always. No. There are times where CGI is fine. And augmenting practical with some CG.
All right.
It's effective. As The Mandalorian has proven, it can be very effective. Yes.
So they make it out. Yay. Good job, guys.
Right, you have the... Well, you had the nice... a lot of people have dissected this fight scene and compared it to Bond's fighting style in Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace, and they're like, they went really old school with this. It's much slower. It's like big, punchy blows, and compared to the more Jason Bourne first two Craig movies.
Sure. You could say that this whole movie is kind of a callback to some of the original Bond
It
movies.
is. In many ways. Isn't it great? Makes it out alive. Tells Moneypenny to put it all on red.
Right.
Which just made me think of the Peyton Manning 18 red.
Yes.
Red 18.
With a finger gun.
With a finger
and a
gun.
wink.
And a wink. So that I take all my chips and I go...
It is like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
And everyone else is looking at me, and they all move their chips over to red 18. So you just have this monumental tower of chips. And he rolls that thing, and it lands on red 18, and the casino goes nuts.
Did you know that was going to happen?
Let me tell you, Pat, I tried that about 12 times before that night. Pat McAfee has some great stories.
Yes.
Oh, I should have put up our NRC Talks NFL. Oh. So Bond sneaks aboard the ship, taking the
lady
lady
ship,
to
yep.
somewhere.
Does his Bond things.
Yep.
Guess
As-
what the name of the ship is?
Rosinante?
No.
Darn. That's
It's
all I had.
another ship
Another ship.
that maybe you know the name of. It's another character that you very much
Miller?
enjoy.
Miller?
No.
I don't... Yeah, I
They're
got
not from The Expanse.
nothing. Okay.
Just another character that you enjoy. He has a ship titled this.
I like a lot of characters, Ryan. You're not giving me a whole lot to go on.
It's the Chimera.
Ah. Thrawn, Curtis. The Chimera.
Thrawn's ship. The Chimera.
Ah. Isn't the Chimera the poison that
It's an
Tom Cruise has to
Mission
stop
Impossible
in
2.
Mission Impossible? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That movie.
with the guy that was supposed to play the Wolverine, the bad guy.
That guy was supposed to play the Wolverine?
Yeah,
Thank God they got Hugh Jackman.
exactly. Hugh Jackman, who had never been in a movie before.
And was never in a movie. Oh, wait, no, he was in a lot of movies since.
He's been in a lot of movies since.
He needs to show up for Deadpool 3.
Be kind of cool.
It'd be cool.
Imagine if he's in that Free Guy movie with Ryan Reynolds.
I want to watch that just because of that dumb Deadpool trailer for it. Like, I don't think the movie's going to be good.
Oh well. I'll be okay.
It'll be fine.
Ryan Reynolds was on Good Morning America or something, and
Okay.
they asked him about Hugh, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
And
his
I didn't
response-
catch what he said. I don't
Oh,
know. I
He's
wish
got
I
some
knew.
great responses about that stuff.
Yeah.
For Deadpool 2, I showed up to his house every day trying to get him to come to set. Just come on,
Jeez.
Hugh. Just come on. And that the joke video they did for the X-Men reunion. Have you seen that, Curtis? I know
I don't
Ryan
think so.
has.
I think so.
So they were doing all the virtual reunions. So, basically Fox did a joke one where it was like, "Oh, it's the X-Men 1 reunion," and then Ryan Reynolds shows up because he was in Wolverine Origins. It's like,
Yes.
this is an X-Men reunion. It's an X-Men 1 reunion. Well, we got a bunch of the Wolverine folks here too, because he pulled in Sabretooth was there.
Sure.
So,
Oh, nice.
and then people start bailing out really quickly, so that it's just Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman at the end.
Nice.
Is that actually Sir Ian McKellen? It was just like a fake photo. Just a still photo.
Yeah, so Bond sneaks aboard the random island in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
The abandoned
The
island.
abandoned island. Abandoned it overnight. We get more exposition.
Um,
And then we meet, what's his name?
right.
Raul Silva.
Silva. Mr. Silva.
The director said in the commentary that he asked the guy who plays Silva, I forget his name, of course, Javier something.
Oh yeah. Bardem.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. He asked him if he could, deliver the whole monologue in one take, and so he had to take it home because English isn't his first language.
Oh,
so
okay.
Sure.
he was he had to really practice it to get it all down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long speech.
It is, and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Talks about the rats.
the rats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plop, 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 plop. They drop into the drum. Plop, 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 plop. So what do? You throw it in the ocean? Do you burn it? No, you just leave it.
And there are only two. And you let them go.
But now they only eat rat.
It's a rather captivating speech.
It is.
It's like, oh, what the heck?
And then he's like, "You did not pass your physical examination or any of the examinations, really. She lied to you. She sent
It
you
is-
here knowing you were going to die."
It is hard to believe that he has that whole server set up on this abandoned island. Where did he get the infrastructure to run all that internet fiber or whatever the heck he needed?
Eh.
It's got a direct satellite uplink. I don't know.
Amazon.
Maybe.
Amazon.
You know, they
Ah,
go places.
Yeah,
So
sure.
they got
They go
helicopters.
places. They send them the internet one helicopter at a time.
I guess.
Sure.
So Bond has a radio.
A radio. Yeah. Well, they go out to the little courtyard and there's what's
Oh,
her
yeah.
name from the ship. she's tied up, and he's like, "Don't lose your head." Puts the little glass of scotch. First one to knock the glass off her head wins.
Yep.
Bond misses his shot.
They're using muskets.
They're using muskets. Hey, they're rifled.
Yep.
They're accurate. Only the unrifled ones are inaccurate. I fired one. You can't hit shit. Curtis, we were 6 yards away from a target. Missed it. I think we nicked it once.
Wow, well, that's fun.
Smoothbore pistols are a lot of fun. Got a lot of kick.
Yeah.
It's like a 70 cal, too.
And then
He wins.
Bond,
Well,
Bond delivers his classic line.
Waste a good scotch.
Yep, and then, oh, all this fighting, it's exhausting. That's later in the movie.
That is later in the movie. No, he's like, "Are you going to bring me in all on your own?" "Not on my own. It's called a radio." Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Takes him back.
Yep.
And, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Get some classic Bond theme
There we
throughout
go.
the movie. It's nice. It's nice. It's almost like this movie's callbacky. Embracing the lineage, the heritage of James Bond.
I think was that a slight reference to GoldenEye when what's his face like Jimbo, just get on the radio.
And then the helicopters all show up at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, it's possible.
Well, they bring Silva back.
Yes, to their Churchill World War II bunker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some exposition.
Some exposition. M has to go to the answer to parliamentary dignitaries, or not dignitaries, representatives of, I assume, English Parliament.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I don't understand the British form of government.
I don't know.
It's kind of a democracy,
They got
but they still have a
representatives.
queen. that has
Silva
no
is
power.
just Silva is so smart. He knew that Q was going to apply the right cipher to unlock his Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Very, very smart guy.
Yes.
Yes. He also knew that it would take 3 months for James Bond to get to his island.
That is pretty impressive.
It's very impressive.
So he gets out.
So he gets out,
And they
but
have
not
a
before
chase.
Q and James Bond figured out his map of underground London. Granborough Road. It's an old station on the tube or something. I don't know.
Right, the tube. That's what they
tube.
call it.
Yes, that is what they call it over on the England.
So another chase.
More
We're chasing. We're running. We're sliding down escalator things.
Yep. Get on a train, get off a train, have to jump and get on the train. Open the door. Health and safety. Carry on. What?
It was a good Bond moment. What else?
He's keen to get home.
Somehow they end up in another abandoned service tunnel
Yes.
that Silva he happened to have some explosives ready. He
Rigged
knew
up.
this day would
Yes. 3 months ago.
Yep.
When he planned all this out. He
Right.
knew it would take 3 months for Bond to track him down, and that would coincide exactly with when M would be answering to the parliamentary representatives in that one government building.
And he's a smart guy.
He's a smart guy.
But the plot moves forward.
Well, that's because James Bond was there.
Yes.
Severely out of shape, but still running.
Yeah.
With that nice voiceover from M.
Oh, right. Yes.
It's like, oh, look. Messaging. Nice.
We got a
Never
shootout.
yield. Yeah. Lots of guns, bullets flying everywhere.
Yep.
Some classic Hollywood cover. If you can not be seen, it'll stop a bullet.
Right. Oh yes.
Don't try that in real life, folks.
Yeah. And Mallory takes a bullet.
To the shoulder.
All right.
Yep.
What a hero.
What a hero. I need a hero. Sorry.
Oh. Things continue. Bond pulls the old fake out.
The wink.
Right.
Shoots the fire extinguisher.
Yep.
Silva's dudes start dying, so he leaves. You know, it's funny. If you're paying attention, he gets into a car in the back alley, the same back alley that M and James Bond come out into.
So had he waited.
If he had waited like 10 seconds, he would have seen her and been able to get her.
Jumping the gun.
Yep.
His plan had been broken. Things didn't go to
Foiled.
plan.
Yes.
He could have never known that James Bond would have, after 3 months, come and stopped him in the Parliament
Well,
building.
he assumed after 3 months he would be so out of shape that the train and the explosion in the other abandoned service tunnel would have killed him.
Ah, yes.
Of course.
There we
Right.
go.
With those explosives that he so perfectly placed.
This fixes
Most
the
people would
plot.
have died
Yes,
after
we
yeah.
solved it. James
And Bond.
drives off
Yeah.
with them. Stole the car.
Yep.
Leave a trail of breadcrumbs that only Silva will follow. Like, okay,
Right.
sure.
Yep.
They go and get the
Oh, James Bond threatens to use the ejector seat on
Well, that's after
Ah.
they get the car,
him.
right, the Aston Martin.
the Aston Martin, and you're like, nice car.
Do 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 do.
Not very comfortable, is it? Oh, go on, eject me.
Hmm.
See if I cared.
Hmm.
Yeah. They drive off to Scotland.
Drive off to Scotland. Yep.
It's funny because Sean Connery is a Scottish dude.
Right.
But this is not the same Bond anymore.
Is it?
No. It's not.
Who is it then?
Who is it? Well, it's sort of its own thing. As I said before, it's weird because, throughout until Brosnan, and with Brosnan, you had not only references to previous movies, but discussions. How it was like after his wife died, even though it was a completely different actor. So the basic concept was that it was always the same person played by someone else, sort of, kind of.
He's undergoing gene resequencing.
Yes, totally.
Thank you, Die Another Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So.
Forgot about that movie.
So they're at Skyfall.
Right. Roll credits.
Huh. Ba-da-ba-da.
I think the movie dives a little too much into James Bond's past. I think he should be more mysterious. You wonder where he came from. You don't need to know.
You know, if J.J. Abrams had directed this movie, you would have never known.
That's a good point, actually. Huh. Dang. You've got me checkmated, Curtis. I guess I have to resign.
And time to watch Lost.
Will you watch The Expanse?
I mean, I will someday.
It's so good, Curtis. They talk about doors and corners.
Great. Perfect.
Ryan's
Just
texting on his phone, otherwise he'd probably join in.
Doors and corners, kid.
That's where they get you.
That's where they get you.
I don't know what you're referring to, but cool, good.
Doors and corners. The Investigator.
The Galactica had doors and corners.
That's true. That's where they get you, Curtis. Doors and corners.
Hmm. Okay, so they go in and oh wow, there's the old
butler, yeah.
yeah.
I thought his character was kind of superfluous.
Well, it's supposed to be Sean Connery.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh. Why wasn't it?
because he
Sean Connery
wasn't-
retired from.
he wasn't
acting.
able to. I mean, at this point, at some point he ended up moving to Jamaica or something like that.
Did he get a
I'm-
bobsled team?
No, I'm sure though
Sorry.
that travel was, probably not
Ideal.
good for him. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it would have been funny,
It would have been.
which is why the actor who plays him, kind of looks like him.
I
Kind of
feel
has
like
the same general accent.
I guess. I feel like if you can't get Sean Connery for that, you kind of should cut the role out. I don't think it works. I think if he had been in that, it would have worked a lot better. Just
Mm.
because A, nostalgia, and B, I think he would have been able to do something a bit more with it.
Sure.
It would have been like, you seen my boy Nicolas Cage anywhere?
Oh no.
Huh.
Also, have you seen my dog, Indiana? Oh
Ah,
boy.
so confused.
Talk about breaking universes down. Take that, Loki. I still don't watch Loki. I never will.
Loki was great.
So you say.
And there's Croaky, Crocodile Loki.
Uh-huh.
That was great.
Okay.
See a crocodile. That's me.
Okay.
Anyways.
They do the Home Alone stuff.
Yep.
They Home
They
Alone the
own the
house.
Good call.
Good call. Good call. And then Silva finally gets there with a helicopter. He blows up the car.
Oh, so
Oh.
sad.
Well, no, the car shoots people, and then they shoot.
Right.
Or he shoots the car shoots some people, and then they blow up the car later, and then James Bond gets really angry.
Yep.
There's some
Yep.
shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Bullets are flying. It's getting dark.
Yeah, once a place starts on fire, then it really gets stylized in terms
Yeah.
of the visual look.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
M and Butler, what's his name, go down the escape tunnel.
Yep.
Why did the escape tunnel exist?
There was a bit of exposition where
Right.
James Bond went there after his parents died or
Right,
something.
but why did the tunnel exist?
I think it might. I'm not completely sure, but I thought it had to do with. I don't remember. Can't
Okay.
remember. Why
The
don't I
tunnel
Google
exists for a reason. It's not important.
it? I will Google it.
the Aston Martin gets
Sky.
shot.
Yes,
A
we
lot.
mentioned that.
Makes me sad.
It's a sad moment.
Oh, it is a priest hole.
Oh, that whole Christianity thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Priest hole. Yeah.
Because they had their super secret church that was like a mile away and you could just see it.
Right.
Would never expect anyone to worship over in that building.
Nope. It's abandoned.
It's abandoned. Totally. It's haunted. You shouldn't go there.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, stuff's happening. Silva notices M and Butler, what's his name, going to the church, so he's running after them, along with his couple of henchmen that are still alive. James Bond blew up the helicopter at one point. I don't remember how that happened.
He used the air tanks or the something tanks.
Oh, Okay.
or what was it? Gas? They were gas tanks, I
LP?
guess.
Propane?
Maybe? I don't know what they were. But yeah, the explosion,
Of
you know, the
course.
fireball hit the helicopter. James Bond is good at timing out
Right.
explosions
Sure.
Like the Master
with
Chief.
helicopters. Yeah.
Yes.
Jumping onto moving spacecraft in space.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
So
just that good.
that worked out well.
Worked out real well. So then James Bond comes out of the tunnel. He's like, oh god, I gotta run and save M. But then he's on some ice, and then he's under the ice. He pulled a guy with him, and then he's trying to get out of the ice, and something else
Right.
happens.
Scary cold ice.
Scary cold ice that you can't find your way out of because your ambient light is all firelight from half a mile away.
Right. Luckily, he's got that flare.
Huzzah! And he gets out.
Yep.
But Silva's in the church and about to kill himself and M, but he shoots M once first. Something happens. I don't remember the order of events. I was kind of.
M had already been shot
Oh, that
in the
yeah,
firefight.
Yes, that's what happened. Sorry, forgot about that.
Yep. Yes, and then Bond comes in with the knife. And I think there's some significance with the knife, isn't? Oh yeah, the
This is
butler had
Dad's
said
hunting
it's
knife?
better to do things the old-fashioned way or
Oh,
something
okay,
like that.
yeah, sure.
The knife.
Once again, Sean Connery would have made that role.
Yep.
Yep.
Would have been fun.
It would have been. Alas, was not to be.
I wonder. We should. Where's the Corridor crew? They need to deep fake Sean Connery
Yeah.
into that role.
This is a great idea, actually. We should get them on this. Time to start commenting on
Should-
every
yeah,
one of their
should we
videos.
Hit them up on the YouTube and on Twitter.
Yeah, sure. I'll get on that.
Yeah. Then it's sad. M's dying.
And dies.
Too bad.
Oh no. The end of Judi Dench, except she comes back Inspector anyways.
Well, the old pre-recorded video.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
I don't even remember that part, Inspector.
Oh yeah,
That's
she
how
has
much-
like a 5-minute exposition video so that the
Oh.
plot makes any kind of sense, even though it doesn't.
Yeah, most of that movie didn't make much sense to me, so I just like.
Well, you
I
It's
don't
just
know.
not there anymore.
You remember the guy with the cat?
The guy.
The guy
that,
with the wheelchair and the cat.
that
In the
That
old
clothed
Bond
himself.
movies.
Moore
Yes.
tossed into a
Off
air
of
shaft.
Yes, off of the helicopter.
Yeah.
So they did that guy again, except way less cool.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, the Daniel Craig movies are their own thing because they don't follow continuity at all. When the old ones did, sort of, mostly. They tried. It was like old Star Trek. They tried. Didn't always succeed, but can't win them all.
Right.
Right. So M dies. There's some sad things that happen. In her will, she gave him the dumb dog,
Right.
ceramic
little
dog.
statue thing.
Yeah. Somehow survived her office exploding. I assume in reality she just had like 100 of the things,
Hmm.
all made exactly the same. So it's like she'd always have one.
Yep.
She'd find something that her employees hated and just get a
Yes.
bunch of them.
Yes. So that she would
Just in
always-
case.
So then Mallory, whose name starts with an M-A, becomes the new M. Who could have
Huh.
seen this one coming?
Yeah.
Moneypenny is on a desk job.
Ah.
Ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Just like Moneypenny. Who
Right.
could have seen that one coming? Not I. Not I, surely. And then they're like, can't wait for the next mission or something. And that's the end of the movie.
Yep. Do 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 do.
Oh, right,
do.
they end the movie with the gun barrel. Gun barrel should be at the beginning.
Yeah.
Learn this. Put it back at the beginning of the movie. You didn't
They're
always-
trying to be different. You had
Progressive.
20 movies that started like that or whatever.
And they were great.
I did like it now that we have this M in that they have the big leather door,
Yeah.
like the classic Bond movies. That's cool.
Right.
It's like, okay. We're doing the old things, except not.
Yeah.
Good movie. If
Yeah.
you're looking for an action spy thriller kind of deal, go watch Mission Impossible.
Yeah, that movie's got John Voight in it.
Which one?
Mission Impossible 1.
Oh, right. Mission Impossible 1's great. It's all
And it-
connected to National Treasure.
And I think the list, it's on like a mini disc or something goofy like that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny.
Is it a mini disc or a floppy disk?
I think it's a mini
It's
disc.
probably a mini
Okay.
disc.
I don't know. I'd have to rewatch.
Time to
Have-
rewatch Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I think the only time I've ever actually watched the movie was on VHS.
Yikers.
Yeah. I never watched... maybe I did watch it on Blu-ray once,
It's worth it.
but I don't really remember.
Curtis, did I get you the Mission Impossible movies on Blu-ray?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't get myself. I should have. I'll
Oh.
have to correct that.
Well, maybe I'll get you a copy for your birthday.
Oh God, we're like
That's
a month
coming up,
away.
isn't it?
Yeah. Crap.
That's fun.
Sure. Fun. We'll see how I feel when I get there.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Gaming all day.
I don't think so. What day is September 1st? Let's find out.
Is
Riveting
it a
content.
Saturday?
Riveting content.
Or is
It
it a
is a
Sunday?
Wednesday.
Oh. Gaming all day.
I just don't show up to work. That's how I get fired.
You take a vacation day.
I'm saving that for Halo Infinite.
Ah, gotcha.
Unironically.
It's a good idea.
I thought so.
When is that?
November. We don't have an exact day.
Probably Black Friday.
Hopefully it's not the same night that the new Ghostbusters comes out.
When's the new Ghostbusters comes out?
I think that's November 21st.
Okay.
Are we going to this movie?
I mean, I'd like to.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll watch it.
It's got Ant-Man.
It's got Paul Rudd.
The newest commercial was fun,
Was
if you hadn't seen it.
interesting.
Yeah.
What's his name shows up?
I think the new Bond movie comes out in November also.
Oh God.
So many movies to watch.
Ugh. No Time to Die?
Yep.
Oh no.
We'll see. They've got a whole extra year to streamline it, to make it perfect. There
I've
could be
heard
nothing
this
wrong with
before.
this film.
Where have I heard? Oh right,
Just,
Cyberpunk 2077.
Or
Hey,
We saw how that turned out.
just like Black Widow, they got a whole extra year or
And
two to,
look
to
how that
really
turned out.
fine tune
and,
it.
and now Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney.
LMAO. Lols.
Which I think is just fantastic.
I think that's hilarious.
Hmm.
They made her movie like 3 years too late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Weird. Like beans on toast.
It's okay.
Hello, cat.
It's a cat. Cat should be the thumbnail.
Itchy cat.
Itchy cat.
Cat does not have a cone. Is that the
Nope.
other cat?
Cat is better.
Oh,
cat
that's
is
good.
better.
Cat has recovered from the cone life. Oh, she is licking my finger.
Uh-oh.
Don't get coned.
Yep. Cat. Cat.
What about it? It's a cat. It exists.
Hello, cat.
So soft.
Sure.
Where's Chunks McGee?
Chunks McGee.
Oh, poor Ruby.
Yikers.
Yeah.
Ruby's upstairs. The cats can't be together. They'll kill each other.
They're still trying
no.
to kill each other?
Yes.
Is Allie still very upset about them trying to kill each other?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
I think we've made a little bit of progress. They can be in the same room as each other for a little bit.
Curtis,
But, yeah.
I've offered a solution to you before, but I offer the same solution now. Don't have cats. This isn't a problem. It's like when people come in with I work at King's Campers. We deal with campers. People have problems with their campers, and they come to us. And I'm like, I can solve these problems for you. Don't buy a camper.
It's an interesting sales pitch there, Noah.
I'm not a salesman.
I see.
That's what makes it okay for me to say stuff like that. Generally not to customers, but still.
Well, I think in theory you might save other people from
Pain
the
and misery.
craziness. Yes, craziness of driving.
Curtis, guess who I talked to today?
Donald Driver.
Shannon.
Shannon Young?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. She needed a service appointment, and I arranged that for her.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, small world.
Yeah, their camper's nice.
Curtis, don't get a camper.
I'm not looking to get a camper
Thank
at this
God.
point.
Instead, Curtis, get an RV.
It's slightly less bad.
Slightly.
Yeah, slightly.
Get one that is 20 years old, too.
From Florida, and it's in great shape.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
And Maudie's twin brother, Maudar. Mar. I'm not great with character names.
Mari?
Wonder if anyone has
No, Mar.
an old RV called Max.
Maybe.
Or
What is
Larry.
the wolf's name? Max.
hey, Max is a character in Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah.
You mean Maxine?
Right.
Job.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Next week we might talk about Mission Possible or something else.
Not
Yeah,
sure.
maybe nobody.
You'll have to tune in and find out. Hopefully we'll get back into a regular schedule, but
Right.
life is life, and these people have lives. I just sit
Right.
around and play video games.
Yeah, last week's tornado warnings, and well, that could not be avoided. I was driving in the tornado warnings. It was good.
One of those storm chasers, you say?
Well, it was the live van.
The live van.
Curtis, you should
We
watch
were-
the movie Twister.
I've seen, I think, most of it. Yeah.
It's got Bill Paxton. It's
I
fantastic.
assume Allie made you watch Twister?
Yes.
Yeah.
The live truck was like in the wind. It was great.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Curtis, how many terrible Earth destruction movies have you watched?
I mean, I've seen Deep Impact.
Okay.
Is that the one with Elijah Wood?
Yes, young, tiny
Young
Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie you just said, Twister. I've seen The Core.
Oh, yeah.
Seen.
Core's pretty terrible.
What was some movie?
2012.
I haven't seen 2012.
Thank the gods.
Some movie where I don't know if it was the end of the world, but some guy was trying to save a baby in a respirator. That might have been a movie about like Hurricane Katrina or something. I don't know. Don't remember.
You've seen I Am Legend, technically
I have.
world ending.
I don't
of
think
that.
that's that bad. It's fine.
I listened to the audiobook of I Am Legend.
Uh-huh.
It's very different.
Yeah, you told
Hmm.
me. He's a professor.
Yeah.
The old book, wasn't the book like written like in the 60s?
Yeah. So the story takes place in like the late 70s.
Hmm.
And there's excuse me. The creatures are vampires, more like vampires in the book than they are.
Vampires, huh?
Yeah. And they're kind of going for that in the movie with the whole like they can't stay out in the sun.
Mm.
Yeah, but that was during that whole zombie craze that
Mhm.
we never quite got over.
So I think that probably influenced it, so I don't know.
At least not every movie is a zombie movie anymore.
Huh.
The only real connection between the movie and the book was that they had the main character's name was the same.
That's
Nice.
it. That's all they got right. Good
That's-
job, I Am Legend.
Everything else is just okay. Oh, and the part where he takes his car and drives over all of them. That happens.
Does he make fun with does he make friends with mannequins in the book?
No.
That's a shame. I thought that was a great personal touch. It's like, yeah, you'd go insane with having no one to talk to. You'd start talking to the people that you make up. Like, what's his name in Wilson?
Ah,
Yeah.
that's a good movie.
I don't think I've watched it.
What is it called?
That movie
With
with that guy.
Forrest Gump. And he's on an island.
He's stuck on the island. He becomes friends with a volleyball. Curtis doesn't know what we're talking about.
It's all about. It was essentially just one long commercial for FedEx.
Hmm.
Like I said, I never actually watched it. I just I've heard everything about it.
Castaway.
That's it.
Hmm.
Curtis, the guy from Saving Private Ryan.
Tom Hanks?
Yes.
That's what
Tom
you guys
Hanks.
are talking about? Oh, I see.
Tom Hanks in the movie Castaway.
Hmm.
He's alone on an island, and all he's got is his volleyball, so he draws a face on it and names it Wilson.
Hmm. I don't think I've ever seen Castaway.
Neither have I.
Very good. Hmm.
I feel like this has gone on too long, but
Maybe.
that's an inevitability in this show. We did not talk about Janeway, which I think is a plus. Ryan, we could talk about Harry Kim.
We do not have enough alcohol here for
We
us
could
to
talk about the
Harry
great
Kim.
Harry Kim episode, The Disease.
Ooh.
Space AIDS episode.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh is righto. It's not a good episode.
Harry Kim.
Harry Kim. Character that got just absolutely nothing going his way.
I found out recently about a Star Trek cruise that's taking off from Florida next year.
I don't want to go on a cruise.
They have a lot of actors
I
from all of the different shows.
Do not want to go on a cruise unless Avery Brooks is there, which he won't be. Who doesn't want to meet the Cisco?
Yeah.
The Cisco.
And they kind of decorated it to kind of look like Star Trek Experience.
Uh-huh.
It's very similar. I don't know.
Well, you can go to it, Ryan.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Also
I'm-
costs like $1,000 for
Oh,
like the
wow.
lowest class ticket. I'm just like,
Wow.
I'm going to save my money and go to Halo tournaments.
there you go. Where's the next one?
Don't know yet. We're waiting. We'll know closer to launch. When and where things will happen.
Say hello to Ahmad Green.
That was cool.
Like and subscribe.
Sure. or don't. Do what you want. Ba da ba da ba da ba ba.